Well, we all know that the state fair is a good time, but one of the realities is that it's during a hot time of the year. It's unavoidable in July that it's going to be either warm or hot. But look at the surface of the state fair. It's made up of mostly a dark asphalt, which makes sense. You need a durable surface for the thousands of people that are going to be traveling through the state fair. It makes sense. However, we have to think about this in a little bit of a different way, because that dark surface, there's a reality to that as well. What happens is that it absorbs a lot of the heat from the sunshine and very little of it goes out, especially over time. A lighter surface may have a much easier time reflecting a lot of that heat coming from the sun, or at least the radiation that turns into heat and reflected back out. So let me show you a couple different examples. These are similar climates, a lot of people, big events. Coachella in the Palm Springs area. It happens in April. It's a hot time of the year, at least 90s, if not 100 degrees, on a polo field, which is grass. Grass has a much easier time, either in the beginning or at the end of the festival, of reflecting some of that solar radiation, and you have less of an impact from the surface retaining some of that heat during the day. Here's another example, the Mid-State Fair in Paso Robles. You can see from the top down, it just appears much lighter. You actually dig into the details here where they put the amusement park rides and the carnival there. It's a sandy surface. There are trees, there's very little asphalt here. It has a much easier time reflecting some of the solar radiation and an easier time not absorbing heat. Asphalt is one of the top surfaces that retain a lot of the heat during the day and release it very slowly overnight. There are other options like brick, concrete, and grass. More expensive, but still, let me show you a real-life example of what I'm talking about here. This is outside of the studio, about 11 o'clock in the morning. At the same time, 114 degrees for the asphalt. You move it directly over to that lighter concrete, still a dense, durable surface, but much cooler. And remember, there's a magnifier to that because that's right at the surface. Once the molecules start to move around, there's even a more pronounced impact. So, as planning goes forward for the state fair, we all know that we want to go there. Some different choices in the surface material may ultimately have a different experience for the fairgoer.